Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1 minute time check, stations.
On the Hawkeyes Sports Network from Learfield, this is Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluder. Presented by Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Also brought to you by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. And by U.S. Bank. Proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Live from the Hyatt Regency, here is your host, Rob Brooks.
Well, we are all looking forward to Thursday night as we expect history to be made, as Caitlin Clark is now 8 points away from breaking Kelsey Plum's NCAA all-time scoring record, and the Hawks in Michigan meet for the only time in the regular season, as the Hawks now hold steady at number 5 in the net rankings, and that is the highest of all Big Ten teams, only behind South Carolina, Stanford, Texas, and UConn. Now stand at 22-3 overall, 12-1 in conference play, only 5 regular season games remaining. That's the amazing thing. Here we are in February as 12-2, right, in conference play. Only 5 regular season games remaining, Coach, and that's really the amazing thing, is it goes so fast, doesn't it? And here we are approaching mid-February, and you can kind of see March in the forefront, can't you?
Right around the corner, it sure is. Yeah, I mean, it really goes quickly, and it just, get done with one and you can start getting ready for the next, and that's just the way it is when you have played 2 games every week, and on to Michigan now.
No doubt about that. Obviously, had a big-time victory last Thursday against Penn State and put 100 points on the board, plus again this year for the 7th consecutive time, 111-93. And we're kind of joking in the pregame show, and you said that, hey, this could be 100-95 type of game. And, yeah, came pretty close, though you had a little bit more of a margin than just 5.
Yeah, they, obviously, everybody was excited for Hannah Stuelke's unbelievable game. She shot 85% from the field, 17 for 20 from the field, just outstanding. 9 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds, just a tremendous game. But there was a lot of people that had really good games. Kate Martin had 16 rebounds in this game, as well as 16 points, and Caitlin was 7 for 7 from the free throw line, had 15 assists, and that was a Carver Hawkeye Arena for most assists. Sydney Folter had 10 rebounds in this game and was perfect 4 for 4 from the line. Also shot 63%. So just really good performances all around. I love to see the 4 people in double figures too.
Yeah, we can't talk enough about 47 points by Hannah Stuelke. That's a Carver Hawkeye Arena, and I certainly remember Megan Gustafson's 48 over in the Big Ten tournament. Right. Unfortunately lost to had 60 that night.
Yeah, it could have. She was 13 for 21 from the free throw line. The good news is she drew 13 fouls, which is absolutely amazing. 62% from the free throw line. She's really working hard on it and trying to get better at that free throw line.
Speaking of free throws, 32 out of 43. 43 trips to the line. There was a ton of free throws shot in this game.
Yeah, there was 71 free throws shot in this game, 51 fouls called. It was a 2-hour and 15-minute game, about 25 minutes longer. We started at 8 o'clock. For anybody that stayed till the end of this, I credit you. That was amazing. There was 38 free throws shot in the fourth quarter between the two teams. Just unheard of. Both teams shot 19 free throws. Just absolutely unheard of, but that's the way it goes, and just happy that we came out, with the victory there.
And nice to shoot 36 of 68 from the floor, just under 53%. Really good numbers there. And then almost 75% from the free throw line, where obviously you have the 21 by Hannah Stolke, but Kate Martin was 7 of 8. Caitlin was 7 of 7. Sydney was 4 for 4. Taylor McCabe 1 for 2 from the free throw line. So you had a couple of perfect performances, and then Kate's been shooting great from the line as well.
Yeah, she has been, and so it was good that we made all those free throws because we weren't shooting very well from three-point range that night, 29% total. They shot 32%, but they put up 40 threes, so that's a lot of threes to put up. We put up 24. That was quite a bit, but they put 40 of their 81 shots were threes, so they were really kind of banking on that.
Hawks had a big lead in that game of 23 at the 2:55 mark of the third quarter, led for 36 minutes and 20 seconds. And one other thing that you look at, too, this was going to be a tough rebounding game. You knew that it would be a scrappy team on the other side as far as that was concerned. You had 12 offensive boards, 49 total, so you did out-rebound Penn State. Though those threes are going to lend to a lot of long rebounds, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They ended up getting 18 offensive rebounds, which is 33%. We got 32% of our offensive rebounds, so we did a pretty good job of crashing the boards ourselves. And you're right, long rebounds are long shots, long rebounds are typically the case, and it's harder to box out on some of those. And
the rebounding, you've been pretty pleased with it for the most part here, especially leading up to the Nebraska game, where you go back to the Maryland game, that was one of probably your best performances of the year on the boards.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I think you had 18 offensive boards, something like that.
Yeah, I can't even remember. I just know, yesterday we didn't do a very good job on the boards. Yesterday we got rebounded 45-38. The first time we played them, they really did a great job on the boards. Second time we played them, they continued to do a great job on the boards. They had 14 offensive rebounds, and that gave them 17 second chance points, and that's hard to come by. We got 21% of offensive rebounds. They got 31% of offensive rebounds, and that was a big factor in yesterday's game.
Coach, you did lead for 38 minutes and 25 seconds yesterday, and obviously it was the fourth quarter. You had a 14-point lead, and they changed defenses, and that kind of changed the complexity of the game. And Jazz Shelley, give her credit, hit a tough three there on the right wing. Yeah, she hit a really tough three in this game to put them up 1 point. But, they went to a box and won and did a really good job of taking Caitlin out of her game, keeping the ball out of her hands, and really packed it in and made it hard for us to get the ball into Hannah Stolke. And really, Kate Martin did a great job of shooting the ball. She was 4 for 8 from three-point range, perfect 2 for 2 from the line. Her adjusted field goal percentage, 69%. So she did a very, very good job. But we really needed some other people to step up and be able to hit some of those threes, because that's what they were just daring us to shoot them. And we got a little bit, I think, gun shy there at the end. One thing about Kate Martin, too, because at the beginning of the game, missed a couple of shots she'd love to have back, but just stayed with it and then was big time at the end. And that's just kind of Kate Martin, right? She's going to play the full 40. Yeah, she is. And, she had some really, uncharacteristic turnovers to begin the game, missed a couple of layups. Usually that could take a person out, the less mature person out, and it didn't take her out. She got herself back mentally and came back and had a really strong performance in this game. Again, ended up with 20 points in this game. And had a really nice three. For a three at the end of the game. I'd take that any day. Yeah, she really did. And get 2 shots there at the end. And nice to keep that ball alive to at least give yourself an opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was a great 3, although, yes, Caitlin does make some of those a lot. But, we got the O board, and we're able to put up a really nice, top of the key, Kate Martin, where she made 2 already before. So that was, again, a great shot. And congratulations to Nebraska. They played really well. They rebounded well. They shot the ball well. I mean, 27 points in the fourth quarter. That's more than they scored in every other quarter. Again, second chance points. Our turnovers, we had 16 turnovers to their 13. So, they did a really, really good job. And we have to just, pick up the pieces and move along.
The beginning of that game, it seemed like quick shots on both sides and just trying to settle in a little bit. And then they really had some pretty good flow there in the second and third quarters, I thought. Yeah, I thought
our third quarter was really good. We outscored them 30-20. I thought we were well on our way to a really good win. And, again, credit Nebraska. They changed up their defenses. And, we have worked against a box and one, but it's my fault that we hadn't worked on it enough going into this game. And so, responsibility lies on me for that loss, and I understand that, and I'll take it.
And the one thing is, this is a situation where you can learn, right, and move forward. You remember last year, there's a couple of tough losses at Indiana, at Maryland, and then we obviously know what happened. So it's disappointing, but it's one game, right?
Right. Well, it's 2. It's 2 on the season now, 2 losses. And Ohio State clearly the top of the league with sitting there with only 1 loss. And, they have to come to our place, but we have to go to Indiana. Again, we play both Ohio State and Indiana twice. They only play each other once. So unfortunate way the schedule lied for us this year, but, that's the way it goes. And you want to play against the best, and so that's what we have ahead of us.
And you look at Nebraska, and we talked before the game, they've kind of played to their competition this year. You lose to Rutgers, they do, at home, and then go to Michigan and win. And that's kind of been their MO this year.
It really has been. They've had some strange up and down performances this year, but that's credit them. They had a great crowd. They were up for this game. They had everything going for them. It's just had great momentum in this game and a great atmosphere. So, credit them for that.
And it goes back to, and we've talked about it too, when you're number 2 and you're Iowa and you've got Caitlin Clark, you're going to get everybody's best shot night in and night out. And, sometimes it's really difficult to match that intensity that you see on the other side, but that's what has to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. We've had a target on our back all year, and we should be used to it, but it is hard to sustain that every night, especially on the road. But it's what it is, and that's just, we want to be in this situation, so let's try to make the best of it.
And to be back home against Michigan, obviously history again could be made, and it's going to be an electric atmosphere, and I'm sure everybody's ready to get back on the court.
Yeah, we had practice today. I thought they were really sharp today. They really worked hard today. We worked on our box and one, so we definitely spent some more time working on that, as well as trying to prepare for Michigan as best as we can. So Caitlin's 8 points away right now? Is that
8,
what we're saying?
yep.
8. So hopefully, that'll happen in the Michigan game, and then we can move on and just worry about getting some good victories here.
Yeah, there's been so many records and accomplishments. It seems like there's something every game, and then that is the thing too. You got to get it behind you, and then focus on the team and move forward, and that's sometimes a good thing.
Yeah, and I don't want to downplay this honor because it is a great accomplishment. I guess it's just, in my mind, there was no question that she was going to get this. So I'm just really happy that for her, when it'll be kind of in the books, and she will have that honor, which is extremely, extremely meaningful honor for her.
No doubt about that. We'll look forward to that on Thursday night, Iowa and Michigan. And if you would like to jump in the conversation with Coach Bluder tonight, a great crowd on hand. If you have a question here, I've already got one. If you have others, certainly bring them up. 1-877-464-2957 is our phone number, 1-877-464-2957. Oaknall's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oaknall is conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, downtown Iowa City as well. Proud presenting sponsor of Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder. You can visit oaknall.com to learn more. Also, tonight's show brought to you by Bud Light. Proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics as well. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. 1-877-464-2957. We'll be back at the Hyatt Regency in Coralville as this is Hawk Talk, presented by Oaknall from Learfield.
Nestled on the rolling greens of the iconic Finkbine Golf Course, Bumps Restaurant is open to the public year-round. Whether you're swinging by after a round of golf or just in the neighborhood, Bumps is your go-to spot for scrumptious sandwiches, shareable appetizers, and mouth-watering pizzas. Quench your thirst with our selection of local craft beers, or let our full bar serve you a refreshing cocktail to toast to your game, or just because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. is the perfect 19th hole. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch our latest daily specials. And here's a little insider secret just for our radio listeners. Thursdays are not to be missed at Bumps Restaurant. It's BOGO Happy Hour. Buy one, get one free on select beverages from our happy hour menu. Whether you're a diehard golfer or just love a great meal with a view, Bumps Restaurant at Finkbine Golf Course is your destination. We're currently open Wednesday through Saturday. Swing on by today. Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course. Great food, great drinks, and the best views in town. See you at Bumps.
Did you know that UI ranks near the top of the EPA's Green Power Leaderboard? With 84% of our energy coming from renewable sources. Now you can be a part of the team that makes it happen. The University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, our partner in a collaborative, ENGIE North America, is now offering part-time, on-campus positions where you can get hands-on, career-inspiring experience in sustainable utility systems management. Check out the jobs and apply now at uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Our mission at Oaknall is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oaknall is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknall.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. While farmers work hard to grow the best crop, their Iowa corn checkoff investments are hard at work too. Opening local and global markets for corn and corn-fed products, educating drivers on unleaded 88 as the best fuel at the pump, finding new uses for corn, and sharing the farmer's story. Iowa corn farmers are backed by researchers, educators, market experts, and more. To keep corn growing Iowa.
Welcome back to the Hyatt Regency in Coralville for Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder. We'll be back here next Monday as well from 6 until 7. Another great crowd on hand. Appreciate everybody coming out.
Yeah.
As always, it's been a fun year with the crowds here.
Yes,
and,
it's been tremendous.
Yeah, makes Monday nights enjoyable as we'll hit the phones here in a moment. And Coach, you did have a question here from the audience and about, do you think there'll be a time in women's basketball there'll be coaches' challenges on referee calls that you see in football and other sports? If you see something that you think might be reversed, you can call a timeout or somebody can go look at it? Do you think that's on the horizon with all the replay footage that's out there?
Yeah, in fact, there is something right now, and I've never seen anybody use it yet this year. I haven't used it this year. There's only certain situations it holds true in, and they're so minor that I don't know. It's like you can only use it for certain things. It's very, very confusing the way it's written right now.
That's always nice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But, you can challenge certain things. You lose a timeout if it goes against you. So that's, kind of tough when you only have 4 timeouts to use and you really want to save 2 for that last minute, hopefully, to use them for advancement and such. But, yeah, I mean, again, you send in a lot of clips afterwards and, there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
And that's probably the point there, where if you really see something like somebody's foot is a foot out of bounds and they get the call.
Yesterday.
Right.
We didn't get that one either.
No, exactly. And you watch the clips of basketball all over the country. I mean, Michigan State-Illinois men's game, a Michigan State player just grabbed a rebound and completely lost it out of bounds, and they gave it right back to Michigan. Something like that might not be a bad thing to look at in certain situations if it's under 3 or something.
Yeah, and in the last 2 minutes,
matters.
We can ask them to review those type of situations without the loss of a timeout in the last 2 minutes of the game. And so we will, we do those type of things. But, otherwise, referees have a lot of power. They sure do. And you got to keep them on your good side.
Which is probably tough sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Let's head to the phones. And the state of Illinois, here's Charles. Charles, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I noticed that Gabby Marshall off to the left open and only loosely guarded by the opposing team. This creates a great opportunity for her to use her three-point skills. I suggest adopting a run-and-gun strategy like that used by Grinnell College. Have one of your guards drive for a layup, set up for the stop, and then at the last moment toss the ball out beyond the three-point line to Gabby. More than likely, she would be open for the shot. This strategy would diversify the game, throw the opposing team off, and allow Gabby to use her much underutilized skills. Thanks to this strategy, Grinnell College has posted the 6th highest point total in program history with 166 points.
Well, you know that program fairly well.
Well, my son does play there. I do know exactly what you're talking about. They actually don't shoot that many threes anymore. They're shooting more 2s than 3s at Grinnell now than they used to. But, I mean, Gabby, I'd love to use her three-point skills. I agree with you. I'd love it for her to be able to capitalize on that. Absolutely.
Let's go to Connecticut, back out east again, and bring in Nicole. Nicole, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good.
So I just wanted to say first, I went to the Maryland game. It was my first ever Iowa game live. It was amazing. And I wanted to tell you guys going to the East Coast, it was awesome.
Oh, Nicole, you're breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, one more time.
I was just saying, I went to the Maryland game live.
Okay.
And it was awesome to watch. And I just wanted to start out with that. It was amazing.
Well, thanks for coming, Nicole. We appreciate it. Hopefully you were wearing black and gold and not red and black.
Of course I was. I can't stand Maryland for any sport, so.
You're my new friend.
So that's probably the only game she goes to, right? Iowa, Maryland.
Exactly. So my question actually has to do with the refs. I was a former college athlete for lacrosse, and I know that refs can really make or break a lot of momentum in the game. So I wanted to know what do you say when you can't control things? Like, what do you say to your team to kind of try to wrestle in their next play mentality?
Yeah.
Just gotta play through those situations, right, and not dwell on them.
Right. Nicole's absolutely right. That next play kind of mentality is so important. And we talked to the team about control the controllables. Can't really control the officials. So, we shouldn't spend a lot of time with that. But, yeah, I mean, you just have to move on to the next play. And it can be extremely frustrating, especially after the game when you watch the film and you see thing after thing after thing. And but at the same time, during the game, you have to stay in the moment, and you can't dwell on it during a game. But, Nicole, I think you're absolutely right. And thanks for coming out to the Maryland-Iowa game. Appreciate that very much.
Do they kind of go over points of emphasis with you before the season as far as what they might be looking at, and so you kind of get a feel for what should happen?
Yeah, there's points. We all have to sit and watch an official's video that their points of emphasis are and the rule changes, and haven't seen one of them called yet this year, so I don't know. I feel like
or last year, right?
I'm kind of wasting my time watching the videos, but the points of emphasis, honestly, I've clipped. One of them is if a person falls down, that they're not in legal guarding position. So if another person trips over them, that should be a foul. There was 2 in the Penn State game alone that happened, yeah. So. It's like, why waste our time forcing these issues upon us if we're not going to really call them? So.
Well, they don't make you watch the video, do they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have to?
You have to. You have
Check
to
in the
watch
box,
it.
huh?
You have to watch it. Yep.
Let's go to Des Moines and bring in Anthony. Anthony, how are you this evening?
Well, pretty good, Coach.
Good.
Rod, despite my Chiefs won their second Super Bowl last night, and the question is, I have for you, Coach, tough loss for Iowa. I was rooting for them as well. The main question is I have for you is these late fourth quarter collapses. Now, this is the second time this has happened against us. What
actually third, Anthony.
Protect our fourth quarter leads to prevent other teams from coming back to win. And guys, I'll hang up and listen. And go Hawks. We'll see Caitlin Clark break the record on Thursday night. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Anthony. Another one that was supposed to be in effect this year is the flop. Have you seen it called once yet in 25 games?
Not yet. Not yet.
I haven't even seen one, one time in 25 games.
And that was supposed
for either
to be,
team. For either team.
And that was supposed to be something last year too, right?
I just know it was this year for women, but that's another one that kind of a waste of time. But so yeah, you're right, Anthony. Actually, I'm going to correct you. We've been up in 3 times. Now only 2 times have we lost, but 3 times we've kind of, squeltered away a lead in the fourth quarter, and so, that's my fault. They're not performing in the fourth quarter, so I don't know if we're tired. I'm not sure if, obviously our defense and offense both let down in the fourth quarter of this game, but I will give credit to Nebraska that they changed up their defense and did a really good job of that and really stifled us. I mean, Kaylin didn't score in the fourth quarter, and, Kate Martin thankfully had 2 threes. Otherwise, it could have been really bad. But, so that's absolutely, I mean, I wish I had a good reason. I wish I had something other than say that, maybe we're not in the best of shape, or maybe it's just mentally gotten to us a little bit now. Or maybe it's just bad coaching. I don't know. It's one of those, one of those things.
And the one thing, the opponents, they're going to keep coming, aren't
Absolutely.
they? No matter they're down 20, 25.
Nothing to lose.
If you've been down, right,
nothing to lose.
You're going to come back. And it's a 4-quarter, 40-minute basketball game. And at this level, everybody's going to certainly attack it that way. Let's go to Wellsburg, Iowa, and bring in Dave. Dave, how are you?
Hi, Coach Bluder.
Hi, Dave.
That loss with Nebraska really hurt. There's a similarity, I thought, between the Nebraska loss and the LSU game. We stood there and watched them drop three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer in, and we couldn't defend against it. And you can't change. You can't exchange 2s for 3s. It's going to get you. That's all I got to say.
All right. Well, thanks, Dave. They did make 3 in the fourth quarter, 3 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. You're correct. We made 2 in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, we're trying to get out and protect against 3. One of them that Jazz Shelley made was an amazing shot off of a ball screen. So, Alexis Markowski made 2 in this game. She'd made 8 on the year. She made 2 against us. So, yeah, I'm with you, Dave. I don't want to see him go in either. So,
but you're 10 of 30, 10 of 32 for the Hawkeyes, 10 of 31 for Nebraska. So actually,
pretty close.
That was even. Pretty 10 close. For the Hawks and 10 for Nebraska. So that's kind of a stalemate right there. We appreciate your calls, and we'll certainly get back to the phone calls. But throughout the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series, Iowa Corn promotes values that are uniquely Iowan. And on behalf of Iowa's corn farmers, we salute all athletes for their hard work and determination both on and off the field. Just like our athletes, our state leads the nation in corn and ethanol production. Follow Iowa Corn on Facebook to learn how corn grows Iowa. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, long supporter of Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball, locally owned and operated, and voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets. 1-877-464-2957. We'll get back to the phones after the break from the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. This is Hawk Talk presented by Oaknall from Learfield.
UI uses the same amount of energy as all the rest of Iowa City. That's why we have our own power plant, and we're committed to making it clean. By 2025, we'll rely completely on climate-friendly, alternative fuels. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle these new fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/corngrowsiowa.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why the Midwest gets Honda. Dependable, all-wheel drive, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to gas up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda has such legendary fuel efficiency? New Hondas are arriving, but so is Mr. Frost, so see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Our mission at Oaknall is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oaknall is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknall.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through!
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smarter together. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder. And Hawk fans, well marked Blue Cross and Blue Shield knows that you're here for every fadeaway, every alley-oop, every buzzer beater. And Wellmark is here for every moment as well, with trusted health coverage committed to making healthcare better. Learn more at wellmark.com/hoops, Iowa and Michigan. On Thursday night, we'll certainly talk about the Wolverines. A little bit down this year, record-wise, but another capable team in the Big Ten. Let's head to the state of Minnesota and bring in Pat. Pat, how are you?
Just fine, thanks, and thanks for doing this. You and the coach have been excellent. I followed Iowa women's basketball since Lisa first joined Iowa, and but I know she never makes excuses, but I followed basketball for 70 years, and I had an off the Nebraska game. I think that Caitlin Clark obviously looks exhausted in the game, late in the game, and she was very congested in the press conference. And Molly Davis, of course, couldn't play, so I think those are probably two reasons maybe we didn't have such a great fourth quarter. Nevertheless, I want to thank Lisa and the staff and the team for all the excellent coaching through all these years, and the way the staff and the coach represent the University of Iowa is excellent, and also the quality of kids they recruit are just fantastic. And also I wanted to say that I think her teams play basketball like it should be played. That's how I've always felt like it should be played. And I do have one question. The Ohio State press looks to me like Dr. Tom's press, and I wanted to get Lisa's opinion on that.
Well, Pat, thank you. First of all, I appreciate all your comments. And, yeah, I mean, it was obvious we've missed Molly these last couple of games. She looks a lot better today, everybody, so she's on the mend, so that's a good thing. I think this might have been her first practice that she's played in a week or more. So my only regret is I wish I would have, for the Penn State and Nebraska game, put her down as questionable and maybe not played her. Obviously, playing her, a minute or 2 minutes, we wanted to see if she could go, and it was obvious she couldn't. But it was obvious before, and then that was my fault for even trying it. And, obviously it ruins her stats, which I know she doesn't care about one iota. That's not who Molly is. She just wants to play. And today she was after practice shooting some extra shots, so I know she felt better today. But, yeah, and Caitlin felt better today as well. I thought practiced really hard. We've had, we were missing another person on this trip as well. It just one of those things, right? It's winter in Iowa, and you're going to have to deal with it. And, I've been saying all year that our bench is really good. And I'm disappointed myself. The Nebraska game, I didn't use Taylor. That's my fault. And, I didn't use her as well as I should have and needed to for us to win that game. So that's, again, my fault for doing that. And I think Caitlin was just exhausted at the end of the game. And, obviously we're down 1 with 30 seconds, and you just need a 2, right? That's all you need. And I think she was exhausted and just felt like that was the best way to try to get a score instead of going to the rim. And I can't blame her. That kid works so hard and loves this game so much and is such a unbelievable player. So I probably should have put the ball in somebody else's hands, but it's really hard not to put it in her hands at the end of a game. But yeah, I think she was just pretty exhausted.
And it shows you Molly and how she has played so well this year in big moments, had big games.
And defensively, too. People don't understand that. The last time we played Nebraska, she did so well defensively against them.
And the Ohio State press.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I forgot about it. Yeah, there is a little bit of similarity. If I remember Dr. Tom's press, it was a 1-2-1-1 press trap on the inbounds pass. And definitely Ohio State does some of that. They also do a 3/4 court 2-2-1 press that's kind of more of a slowdown. But they'll trap you if they have opportunities around half court. I think... we did a pretty good job against it the first time we played Ohio State. They had to take it off, actually. So that's always a good thing when you make people take off their press when they really, really count on it. And Ohio State does, and so does Michigan State. Michigan State does a really good job with their press as well. We'll hopefully be ready for that. And at the end of the year.
Well,
5 games from now,
right.
I guess.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that's the
but thanks
season
again
finale.
for the kind comments, Pat. Appreciate that.
Roscoe in Florida. Come on in.
Hey, good evening, Coach Bluder. Thrilled to be on the show with you. And in the same vein as the previous Colorado question, it does kind of reflect on Dr. Thomas. And it's about rebounding. We talk about it a lot. My curiosity is what you do in practice, what drills do you run, how do you teach rebounding? I'm hearing saying that most games in the league, you don't have the height that does, so fundamentals are important. And I remember Dr. Tom, if I'm correct, taught to run your defender or opponent and then turn and look at the ball. And I asked him in my recent game, noticed Kathy Pierbach saw her rebounding form was to the tee on the coast. What, one happens to the opponent, the other are out, didn't know where they're going. And again, just curious, because I think you're doing a great job. Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks, Roscoe. Yeah, I agree. I think, we do rebounding drills almost every day. Did one today for 5 minutes. But it's also like when you do your defensive drills to finish it out with that rebound. And we teach the same thing. We want to go, basically we say hit our opponent, which sounds probably bad. Some people won't like that. But, I believe that basketball is a contact sport and you got to go make contact. So it's up to the defense to go find the offense or at least check them to see if they're coming into the paint to rebound. If they're not coming, go grab the ball. But if they are coming, you got to make contact and get that inside position. We always stress elbows wide, hands to the glass. Keep your feet moving, and when you see that ball come off the rim, go get it. That's what we teach. Sometimes we're trying. We try to teach our players fundamentally, but I agree that's a great fundamental. Run at our opponent, definitely. And Kylie's rebounding, I guess she had 1 against Nebraska. And sometimes the thing is you can rebound. You can box out really well. You may not get the rebound, but our team will get the rebound. So sometimes it's not indicative in the stat sheet if you're doing a good job boxing out. Like she had 2 against Penn State. But again, it's sometimes that's not indicative. Sometimes you can box everybody out and then somebody else goes in and gets that rebound. Caitlin's pretty good at running in and getting those rebounds when everybody else boxes out. And that's okay because we like to have the ball in our hands. But, it's the technique of yes, and the shot goes up, make sure that you go find your offense and make that contact first. Make and maintain contact is what we like to say.
Rebounding margin, 9/9 per game for the year. Offensive rebounding, Iowa is number 1 in the conference. Rebounding margin, the same. And as far as statistically, in the rebounding category, Caitlin averages over 6. Hannah just about 7. Kate Martin almost 8. And Sydney right around 7. So there's your top 4 scorers. Also your top 4 rebounders, and boy, there's nothing better when Caitlin somehow gets that ball on the baseline and off we go.
Yeah, and sometimes it's everybody else doing the work. Right? They're doing the work of boxing out and letting her go in there and grab it and go, and there's nothing wrong with that. We love that, and but yeah, I agree that we didn't do as good job boxing out against Nebraska as we needed to, and that's been both games that's happened with us, and it definitely hurt.
U.S. Cellular is a proud sponsor of Hawkeye women's basketball. U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first and scrolling later. Of course, this is Hawk Talk. We are live every week from the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. Invite you to come out next Monday to watch the show, and then each week there will be offering a special food menu item, including favorites such as steak frites, as well as a new cocktail and $3 draft specials. Come on down to the Hyatt Regency and join us for a terrific evening. Again, next Monday from 6 until 7. Schrader and Veronica and Clive will get to you after the break. This is Hawk Talk presented by Oaknall from Learfield.
Hey, Hawkeyes, while your hard-working class are on the court, there's a team behind the scenes making sure that the power keeps going, the water keeps flowing, and the temps inside are just right. Introducing the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative. The collaborative is a public-private partnership between UI, NG, and Meridium. It delivers the funds UI needs to drive our academic and research excellence while optimizing campus utilities for a generation to come. Check it out at uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/fan of corn.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why the Midwest gets Honda. Dependable, all-wheel drive, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to gas up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda has such legendary fuel efficiency? New Hondas are arriving, but so is Mr. Frost, so see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Hi, it's your friend, social media. You know, where I showcase the cool life of sports stars and friends. But don't fall for the editing and good lighting, because we all have struggles and challenges, like with alcohol or drug use, gambling, or our mental health. You know, talking about it is a sign of strength. Maybe you don't know who to talk to? Your Life Iowa can give you resources or treatment options. Get free 24/7 confidential support. Call, text, or chat online at yourlifeiowa.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
We certainly appreciate Oak Knoll's involvement in Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder, a presenting sponsor every year, and their mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver, and downtown Iowa City. And of course, proud presenting sponsor of Hawk Talk with Coach Bluder. You can visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Iowa and Michigan on Thursday. We'll go back to the phones and bring in Schrader. Schrader, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Thanks for calling.
Family, we watch every game, every one, and we have two questions. First is, was Caitlin gone weeks ago? And my second is, did we do this on purpose or home?
Phone was kind of breaking up there. Schrader, you want to try one more time?
Our first question is, what is the right plan?
Yeah, our phone's not working. Sorry, Schrader,
I think
but
I got the
talking
first
about
one.
the future.
Yep, yeah. And so, yeah, let's talk about that. We don't know when Caitlin will leave at the end of this year, the end of next year. We don't know. But we do know that we did have the 8th best signing and recruiting class in the country coming in, and we're very excited about that group of individuals coming in. We signed player from Oregon that's a 6'4" post that was ranked as the 4th best post in the country. We signed a young lady from Peoria who I think is a fabulous point guard. Leah Guyton, she was well on her way to be in the Illinois Basketball Player of the Year, and unfortunately tore her ACL. She was having a marvelous year. Has had surgery, and hopefully we'll have her back by the start of the fall season next year. We signed Kaylee Levine from Solon, Iowa. And also Taylor Stremlow from Verona, and Tegan Malini from also in the Madison area. So we have 5 women coming in next year that are really good basketball players, really good three-point shooters, and really cover almost all the positions on the floor. Maybe not the power forward, but for sure the 1, 2, 3, 5 are covered.
Solon ended up having a nice year.
Yeah.
Now having a nice year.
Won the first round, and now they're off to the second game before, I don't know how many, I think only have to go like 2 to go to state.
Yeah, it's a fun time of year getting into the postseason.
Yes,
here
that's
in
right.
The state of Iowa. Comes quickly. Let's go to Idaho and bring in Clive. Clive, how are you? We're going West Coast now instead of East Coast.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're great, Clive.
Okay. Well, first off, Coach Bluder, I just want to tell you I had the opportunity in the fall to go to the crossover at Kinnick, and it was such an awesome experience. Not just for the game and the jump around, but the Children's Hospital. That whole thing was so moving and powerful, and I had the opportunity to go to the hospital, and it was just super cool. So thank you for doing that and providing a meaningful memory for myself. My question, it seems like in the 3 losses, I know there's talk about the 3-pointers, but it seems like it starts on the inside with some of the comfortability that, Cody McMahon had in the Ohio State game, Markowski yesterday. You're down not having Sharon Goodman right now, but it seems like Addison O'Grady, when she gets in there with her size and length, she really makes it a little more uncomfortable for them. Is there discussion about how to utilize her more, or do you feel like you've got to stay small for the transition game and those kinds of things? How does she fit in that equation maybe to solve some of those problems?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good observation, Clive. First of all, thanks for coming to the crossover. That's really nice. That was a great event. Like you said, I think it was very meaningful, and we raised $250,000 for the Children's Hospital, which is very cool. We had a kid captain, Kristen, who's been back in our locker room now, and she's just the most wonderful young lady that's really battling cancer right now. And it's just a great reminder to our players about the importance of the role models that they are, and just she's just such a great kid. And so our prayers are with Kristen always. But yeah, in our 3 losses, I would say, going back to Kansas State, and they had a Ayoka Lee at 6'8" or something like that. Markowski really, actually, I thought hurt us more from the outside than almost the inside. She had 4 paint buckets. She had 2 threes, but her rebounding was really good, really good. I think Hannah Stolke is such a good fast player. She definitely needs to work on her inside presence as far as defensively. And Addie probably does bring us a little bit more defense inside. So it's kind of like, rob Peter to pay Paul. It's what do you do here? I think both of them bring different things to the table, and both are good things that they bring to the table. But we just don't feel like we can play them at the same time. And that's, our gut feeling from watching them in practice all summer. It just wasn't the right thing. We think Hannah just is a better 5 player with get her down there by the boards and get her in there for definitely running the court. She's extremely good at that. So, but Addie does provide us some more height. There's no doubt about it. Addie's the tallest player on the team and does give us some more height inside. So we'll keep using those 2 players, and I think it gives us a good look, but I think it's a good observation.
Still kind of a matchup situation with the 2?
Really, kind of settled on Hannah's our starting 5 and Addie backing her up. And, I think that we look different offensively and defensively when they come in. So I don't mind that people have to prepare for 2 different kind of centers, and they're both really quality quality kids.
Yeah, great to hear people still talk about that crossover at Kinnick.
Yeah.
You see the pictures and the memories of it. Still an incredible event back in October. Our final phone call of the night, Veronica. How are you tonight?
Good. How's it going?
Thanks, Veronica.
Thanks for calling.
First off, I just want to say that we're all huge in our family. We've got some season tickets this year, so we've been lucky to catch all the games, and it's been just a huge joy to watch you guys. And I'm a big fan of your stuff. When I was a kid, I was Ambrose basketball team when I was young, so a long
day or
time
two
ago.
ago,
You went to the Ambrose camp. That goes back a ways. So
Yes,
thanks.
that was a long time ago.
Thanks, Veronica.
But yeah, so I've known you since, I've known you since ago. But anyway, I guess my question was kind of answered this last phone call. Because I know you played both, last year a little bit.
Yeah, just touching upon the post players and that situation. And here we come down the stretch, and Hannah has just done some incredible things this year. And you look at just her second year, you kind of forget about that. She was the Big Ten Sixth Player of the Year a season ago. Still a young player.
Yep, absolutely. And again, I feel thankful that I have two really good post players that I can go to and feel confident with that.
Well, Coach, quickly here, we've got about a minute and 10 seconds left to talk about the Wolverines. As you take a look at them, how's their season kind of compiled so far?
Yeah, it's kind of an unusual season. They're 7-6 overall, 4-3 at home, 3-3 on the road. They have beat Ohio State. They beat Maryland. They lost to Nebraska twice. Very balanced basketball team. It's kind of one of those that are hard to guard because anybody can get hot on you. You can't really focus on one certain person. Obviously, Felia, first team All Big Ten selection, a junior, leading the team at almost 18 points a game in conference, and very, very good athlete. They just have some really good guard play. Lauren Hansen transferred from Missouri, starting for them at point guard. Really good job of there. Their power forward transferred from Bowling Green. So they did a really nice job of picking up some transfers in the portal. Again, this is a team that's really balanced, and they play great defense.
Yes, they do. Number one in the Big Ten, Iowa and Michigan on Thursday night. Hopefully a record-setting night for the Hawks. And you can stay tuned for Hawk Talk with Coach Fran McCaffrey this week. Patrick McCaffrey will be the special guest right here at the Hyatt Regency.
The UI ranks near the top of the EPA's Green Power Leaderboard with 84% of our energy coming from renewable sources. Now you can be a part of the team that makes it happen. The University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, our partner in a collaborative, ENGIE North America, is now offering part-time, on-campus positions where you can get hands-on, career-inspiring experience in sustainable utility systems management. Check out the jobs and apply now at uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. While farmers work hard to grow the best crop, their Iowa corn checkoff investments are hard at work too. Opening local and global markets for corn and corn-fed products, educating drivers on unleaded 88 as the best fuel at the pump, finding new uses for corn, and sharing the farmer's story. Iowa corn farmers are backed by researchers, educators, market experts, and more. To keep corn growing Iowa.
Ground beef is only $2.99 a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And $2.99 a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for ground beef every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through!
or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smartertogether. Member FDIC.
Nestled on the rolling greens of the iconic Finkbine Golf Course, Bumps Restaurant is open to the public year-round. Whether you're swinging by after a round of golf or just in the neighborhood, Bumps is your go-to spot for scrumptious sandwiches, shareable appetizers, and mouth-watering pizzas. Quench your thirst with our selection of local craft beers, or let our full bar serve you a refreshing cocktail to toast to your game, or just because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. is the perfect 19th hole. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch our latest daily specials. And here's a little insider secret just for our radio listeners. Thursdays are not to be missed at Bumps Restaurant. It's BOGO Happy Hour. Buy one, get one free on select beverages from our happy hour menu. Whether you're a diehard golfer or just love a great meal with a view, Bumps Restaurant at Finkbine Golf Course is your destination. We're currently open Wednesday through Saturday. Swing on by today. Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course. Great food, great drinks, and the best views in town. See you at Bumps.
On the Hawkeyes Sports Network from Learfield, this has been Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluder, presented by Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Also brought to you by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. And by U.S. Bank. Proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.